So here's a solution for increasing communication between your product owners, the QA staff, and your developers. We're going to call it Agile Poker. We had a situation where we were experiencing a bottleneck in our Agile process at the point of the quality assurance checks. Now, part of the problem was probably a lack of manpower at the QA, but I couldn't just throw a bunch of people at the problem. It was a larger problem in that the developers didn't have enough information to properly address the story that they were given from the product owners and the stakeholders. So I needed a mechanism whereby the individual developer would be encouraged to ask more questions and communicate a little more closely with the product owners and the other stakeholders to make sure they were addressing the request with a little bit more of a targeted effort. So how can I get the developer team to feel it's okay to ask questions, gather information about the tasks at hand before writing or adjusting any code? How can I get the product owners to provide better stories in their requests so the developers would have enough information right out of the gate? My answer to this was Agile Poker. Now, you can't do this with every sprint, otherwise it gets boring and it kind of detracts from the novelty. First, obtain some wooden nickels. The place where I obtained them are in the link down below. They're inexpensive and you can customize them with a team name, product name, or release information. Designed right, you can even give them to the marketing folks afterwards so that they can use them at trade shows and stuff like that. Anyway, for every sprint task the developer completes and promotes to the peer review, they get a token. You can work it out so that some tasks are worth more tokens. Let the team decide on what each task is worth. If the task fails the peer review or fails the QA check, they lose their tokens. The developer must then redo the task, of course, but they're not going to get any tokens for it. The developer with the most tokens at the end of the sprint wins. So when you set your sprint up, make sure that everybody has an equal amount of tokens or work. You're going to do that anyway. Your prizes can be anything from a crisp $100 bill, a gift card, a year's worth of Netflix. Let the team decide on what the prize is going to be prior to the sprint beginning. It gives them more incentive to try to get the most tokens. I'm Jim Harris, and let me know if your team uses something like this, and we'll put it to video as well.